Hi, my name is Brenda Fajardo. I want to just give a brief description of my signature assignment. My signature assignment is basically it's going to be my experience that I reflected in this course and the things that I learned as well. I'm going to go ahead and start out. First, my influence were developed by my teachers, grandparents, and friends. Growing up, I learned the importance of education and setting higher goals and determination. I think it's always important that we set goals to kind of motivate ourselves, and then once we have those goals, just gonna kind of have something to look up to. So I've always been the person that tries to set short goals. Yeah, at the same time, we always want to have bigger goals to um, look up to throughout your life. My experience that I have influenced had made me who I am. I'm a better person. I've learned the importance of respecting and embracing other ethnicities and cultures. I think it's great that we have the opportunity here in the United States to be part of the so many different ethnicities. So I embrace that a lot. I also have learned to give back to my community and also help the less fortunate families. The career that I'm pursuing at this moment is working with children. I'm actually a teacher assistant right now at a Montessori school. I could see the difference that I am when I started. I focus more on their motor skills. I also focus more on their writing skills, reading skills, and I teach them just to basically how to embrace everything and how to get motivated to want to learn. So it's not only a good experience for them, but also for myself as well. The reason I chose this career is because I think it's important that children have good role models. While growing up, I had my grandparents that taught me from right to wrong and taught me to set higher goals and to focus on education. So I think that's very important that every child has that. Um, the way I want to, my wants and my needs that tie into this career are in so many levels. My career choice is because I'm passionate about it. One, I'm able to guide children throughout their adolescence. I want to make sure I'm a role model for children, as stated before. I want to be able to help the less fortunate. I think there's a lot of kids out there who don't have the support, the moral support, the financial support to attend school. So I want to be able to help out those children as well. I think those children have so much potential. Not being able to get an education, because of your socioeconomic status, it shouldn't be, just not acceptable to me. I think that all children have potential. It's just a matter of someone believing on you and not giving up, basically. Um, the impact that my career will have in my community is very promising and positive. I want to help in areas where it's needed the most. Again, where kids are in help of role modeling or help on support, moral support, even financially. I know sometimes it could be rough to have a pair of shoes to go to school or have a backpack. And in our community, I always see stores, big organizations they set up. Go back to school fundraisers. I want to be part of that. I want to be able to help out those children who are less fortunate to have a good pair of shoes to go back to school, to have a backpack, or to have new clothes, and just feel part of that group. I think that's important growing up. That builds security on their environment. So I definitely want to be part of that, and I think that's how it's gonna tie everything that I've learned into my career. Um, the tools that I need to reach my goals are basically just people believing in me. It's always good that you have people kind of cheering you up in the back and just saying, "You way to go, you could do it." Also, just parents trusting me, having having them to believe in me and see that I'm here to help their children to learn and to achieve their goals. So that's very important to me. And just determination. I'm determined to help out and to just, you know, push children to their full potential, because I know children have it. I know I was one of them, so I know for sure that children do have that. So I could actually relate to that. So I know people didn't give up on me, and they gave me the chance to, you know, push me to my full potential. Therefore, I want to give back and kind of, you know, return the favor in that way. Um, Other things that I would need is probably most likely like everybody else is stability. I want to be able to have a stable place where I'm able to come home and just relax. Also, I want to be able to have a stable job, having the opportunity to train at different schools. It's always a good thing because then you're able to see different environments, different learning styles. So, just organization believing in me and trusting me that I'm able to do and competent to do the job. I think those are some of the things that I would need to be successful in my career. Again, just the support from school or internship programs, just giving me the opportunity to prove myself to them. Um, my expectation 3 years from now are short goals. For example, I would like to be working on a master's degree, continue working for a private school, or perhaps taking on a bigger challenge, like for example, working at a private school. I mean, at a public school. I think public school is a little challenging, and I would like to experience that as well. Um, Working at the YMCA, I saw a little bit of that. So now that I work for a private school, I can see the difference between them, and it definitely is a very shocking worlds. In a good way, I've learned, you know, how to manage both war environments. I think once I feel more comfortable, I would love to kind of experience more of a public school scenario. So hopefully in 3 years, I am able to do that. I know working at a public school, it requires more certifications and more education, and I'm up for the challenge. Obviously. 5 years from now, I would like to be finishing up in my master's degree. I do want to go back to school right after my bachelor's and work on my master's. I would like to be a psychologist. Again, possibly working at a at a public school or private school. I mean, I think I'm open to the idea for both, but definitely public school. I think there's a lot of children there that they have a lot of potential. Again, it just goes back to that. I went to a public school myself, and through my first years, I went to public school, and towards the end, when I was in 12th grade, I kind of went to like a private school, and I just, you know, I know both worlds, and I want to be able to help out in both worlds. Although I think public school is where you need most of the help right now, especially nowadays. I know it's hard to be an adolescent nowadays, being exposed to so many things. And I think I can make a difference in those areas. Um, 10 years from now, I would like to just work on my PhD. I love education. I just can. I don't think I've never will stop learning. I think being a teacher, you always keep being a student. So that's it's a thing that you will always have that with you, because you're always learning new things, you're learning new developments of children, that sort of stuff. I think obtaining a PhD as a counselor in psychology, it will be my overall goal. But baby steps. I will also, once I'm done with my education, I would like to practice in a small psychologist's office. Nothing big, just probably just small patients. You know, practice for a couple years, and then definitely do some traveling as well. So, as stated before, my professional development plan once I start my career is to focus on children who suffer from mental illness or social behavior. I also would like to focus on academic development during elementary transition. I think it's important that we focus on all the stuff that adolescents go during their elementary years, their high school years, even through college. peer pressure, being antisocial, depression, suicide. These are all like issues that teenagers go through, and sometimes they're not able to talk to their parents. So I want them to help them out and have them to trust me and hey, listen, it's okay. We're here for them to help them. So just kind of focus on that sort of stuff. I mean, I think mental illness, it's one thing that we have overall, I think hasn't been paid that much attention, and I would love to kind of focus on that. Definitely, just try to make some changes and try to help our students as well. My next step in my career is to implement all the skills that I've learned. Taking this class has taught me the importance of who I am, who I've become, why I am the reason, who I am, what I've become, all my traits that I have developed. Also, my personality. Also, I just find out so many things about myself that we're so busy just going from one place to another that we never stop and look at, it's to realize that we change over time. As time goes, we change the way we think, the way we feel, what we want to do in life, and that sort of stuff. And I want to kind of pass that on to my students. I want to teach them how to get to know themselves, how to help others by getting to know themselves, and just embracing everything that surrounds them. I think it's amazing that we have this opportunity in the United States to be part of this world where we have so many different ethnicities, and I think it's important that we teach them how to embrace that. So I just overall I just want to focus on not only on the students, but I also want to focus on veterans who come from the world who have like post-traumatic stress, or also what makes them go through that, how can they cope with that sort of illness. I just want to be able to help out, give back to my community, give back to the people who need the help. And again, just go back to the mental illness. We have so many people out there who they just don't know how to cope with the stressors. And I think being able to get help, it's it's a great thing, and I want to be able to do that. And that's me. Thank you for listening to my video. Again, it's just a short, brief description of who I am, what I've learned in this class, taking this class, then also where I'm going. Thank you very much.